Hi, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining us this afternoon to go over our UTRGV Accelerated Online Program, Masters of Education in Special Education. My name is Claudia Alejandra Zapata. I'm the graduate student recruiter, and joining us today we do have Dr. John Loudermilk. He is the program coordinator. I don't know if he wants to go ahead and introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Dr. John Loudermilk, and I am the graduate coordinator for special education, and I just wanted to welcome everyone to this webinar.
Thank you, Doctor, for joining us. So if this is your first time with GoToWebinar, you're going to see on the right panel, if you have any questions, you can post them there. If you have any specific links that you want to request, we can definitely put them there in the chat. And any handouts that we provide, you can find them at the handout section. So what we're going to be covering today is a little bit about us here at UTRGV, why UTRGV. You're going to learn a little bit about the program, how to apply to the program, funding opportunities, and then at the end we'll go over the questions. So a little bit about us here at UTRGV. We have 92 years of storied educational history. Before we were known as UTRGV, we were the University of Texas Pan American and the University of Texas at Brownsville. In 2015, we merged, and with that, we became UTRGV. With the merge, we were also able to open our School of Medicine. So currently, we have 31,939 students. We have 4,863 in the graduate level. That's within our traditional campus, our accelerated, as well as we have 222 in the medical. Our university does have the accreditation. It's accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools of Commission on Colleges. So do know that the program that you decide that you want to go to does have accreditation. So there are specific standards that we have to keep here at the university to continue having those accreditations. And with that, we're very proud to say that because we hold this accreditation and our programs do meet those standards, we still have, we're able to rank really high. So just within the university, we were ranked number 3rd for most affordable university in America. We ranked number 4th for the best college in Texas by Best Colleges, and we were ranked number 1st in the nation amongst public institutions for the least student debt, according to the U.S. News and World Report. So a little bit more about, our graduate programs. We have 61 master's degree programs, 10 doctoral degrees, and 40 and plus more certificate programs. With our certificate programs, if you're not sure you want to go into do a master's, or if you are doing a master's and you definitely want to, you see a certificate program that you want to enhance yourself, that you want to get that extra experience, we encourage you to do the certificate programs. With our master's degree, our 61 are considered within, like I said, campus-based, as well as our accelerated online, and we have 10 different doctoral degrees. So we do rank with the best. We do have really high rankings with our programs. We rank number 1 for our best online master's in translation and number 1 in master's in sports medicine, as well as our number 1 in physician assistant degree programs. We rank number 2 for our best master's in math education, health services degree, and science and education. So we do have, high rankings with our university, and we're very, very proud of those. So what can you expect? This program, the special education program, is an accelerated online. I know when we hear the word accelerated, it gets a little intimidating, but the only difference between the campus and the accelerated is that you can complete it as soon as 12 months. And also, instead of you coming to campus, you're going to do it fully online. So what that comes is you can do 3 credit hours, which is about 1 class, and that's going to be considered a part-time. If you decide to take 2 classes, that's 6 credit hours, you'll be a full-time. Now, with the accelerated, it goes by modules. So every 7 weeks, you can be enrolled either in 3 credit hours or 6 credit hours, and then the next module, again, 3 or 6 credit hours. So you'll still be looking at the same range. So in 1 semester, you would be looking at like 4 classes if you are a full-time student. And they're asynchronous, so you're not having specific meeting times or dates. You do have specific deadlines to meet, but you're not rushing, if you're getting out of work and you're like rushing to go to class, you don't have to worry about that. You can go in definitely whenever you get a chance and see what needs to be turned in. I do believe that on average somebody spends about 10 to 15 hours a week with these programs. And for the courses, you use Blackboard and SoftChalk educational technologies to bring the classroom to you. I believe that some masters are even shorter. You can complete it within 10 months. In the master's program, you do have up to 7 years to complete it. But we encourage you to stay on track as well. Definitely if funding is something that you're looking for, but as well as staying relevant to the material that's being offered. The closer you can do to finish it, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and provide the space to Dr. Loudermilk to go ahead and explain why special ed.
This is a 10-month graduate program in special education. You take 2 courses every 7 weeks for a total of 5 modules or 30 credit hours. And this program focuses in on special education and from the history of special ed all the way through today's evidence-based practices. We look at children with high incidence disabilities like learning disability, emotional disorders, and high functioning intellectual disorders, as well as low incidence disabilities, which means there's not, in comparison to the whole population, there's not a lot of students with these, and that would be autism, your lower functioning intellectual disability, people who cannot see or hear, that sort of stuff. It does include all 13 categories in special ed, and we have many of the students who take our program are people that are wanting to become directors of special education or supervisors. Sometimes we have people from other countries that are taking it because they're looking to start special ed programs in their particular community, or they are interested in starting private schools in their areas, focusing in on students with autism or students with a particular type of learning disability. We've also had people from other professions, especially speech communication and nursing, come into our program just to see what they thought, if they wanted to become a teacher or not. But like I was saying, this is a 10-month program. You can come in any one of the modules, and as long as you take 2 modules per as long as you take 2 classes per module, you'll graduate in 10 months. Anytime you drop down to 1 course per module, it adds an additional 10 months, because think of the curriculum as a carousel, and the courses only come around once every 10 months. So if you miss that, you have to wait 10 months for it to come back around. We no longer require the GRE. We prefer students to have above a 3.0 GPA, but that is not necessary. We look at the holistic students. So letters of recommendation, professional letters on your professional interest, CV, resumes, that type of stuff. Okay, and these are the different classes that you would take. None of the classes have prerequisites, so it doesn't matter if you started fall module 2, your first class might be 6305 and 6307. You can take that before taking 6300 or 6302. Each class is set up in such a way that it's kind of set by itself. So you do not need a previous class in order to be successful in the next class.
No, that's okay.
You can apply at utrgv.edu/grad apply. The materials that we need are all the academic transcripts, references from a couple of people, and a personal statement or letter of interest. Now it says demonstrated knowledge of special education or knowledge of individual differences through, and this can be really anything. Have you taken a undergraduate course in special education, social work, psychology, sociology, anything at all related to that, we will count. Or if you already have a teaching certification, or if you worked as a paraprofessional in the school districts, or if you've worked in a rehab setting in a private clinic. So any of that type of stuff will typically count. So will undergraduate coursework in speech pathology or communication disorders. Okay, next slide.
Yeah, I can go over the application and how to.
Okay.
No, it's okay. So I do see that we are getting some questions. We'll go over the questions at the end just so we have more time. So when you click apply, like Dr. Loudermilk was saying, and so that's what the requirements are. You're going to need to create an application. So you can apply directly from the page. I believe when you're looking at the program, it says apply now. And it's going to take you to this page. It says utrgv.edu/grad-apply. All the application is completely online. So all the material that you're submitting, you can start uploading them online. So where it says select the type of application modality, make sure the special education is only offered on the accelerated. So when it'll say there accelerated online 7 weeks. So make sure that you select it. If you don't select the modality, you will not be able to see the application. So we always encourage you to do that. And then when you click on submit, it'll take you to the self-service center. The self-service center is your account where you can start submitting. Like you said, you have the letters, the resume. If you are graduating from UTRGV, we'll have your transcript. If you're graduating from another university, then you definitely want your university to send it to us. And if you want to see an updated, we've already received them, that's where you can see if we have any of the status of your application. This is where you go. So you're going to create an account. If you are graduating from UTRGV, I encourage you to create another account that is not a UTRGV email and password, because now you're going to belong to the graduate college. So you'll create an account, and then every time you return, you'll just use your username and password to log in. And you can see, like the status of your application, what's pending. If you want to take more time, definitely. And once you create this account, you're going to receive emails, like if the application is coming soon, like reminders that you still need to, the deadline is coming up, or any incentives that's coming. That's how we'll be able to get in contact. So that email that you use to register is really important, because that's, if there was a decision was made, that's where you'll get the update for that. So what's the estimated cost? Like I said, with the accelerated online, you don't have to pay for any additional fees. So you're just paying for your tuition. Right now, for 1 credit hours, you're looking an average from 1,332 to 1,416. You're looking for an average program cost of $15,000. And the tuition for a accelerated program stays the same regardless of residency. So if you're deciding, you live in Texas, you're going to move to California, or you live in California or New York, you can definitely, take advantage that everybody's going to be paying the same. So how do you fund graduate school? So the first one is financial aid. You are eligible to apply for financial aid as a grad student, and even within the accelerated online program. There are some requirements. You have to have clear admittance into the program. You need to be enrolled in 6 credit hours or 3 per module. And you do need to have a FAFSA application. I believe the FAFSA application is already open for the next school year, so take advantage of that. Scholarships, you can get the UTRGV general scholarships or graduate scholarships. There are specific scholarships within, now as a grad level. If you want to see if there's any funding available specifically within the program, Dr. Loudermilk will be able to let you know. And then we also have assistantships. I know sometimes like in undergrad, it's work study. In the grad level, it's called graduate assistantships. You can be a teacher assistantship or a graduate assistantship. You can work up to 20 hours per week. If you want specific, want to see there's funding within the program, again, contacting the program coordinator is the best way, Or, if you want to look for different options, you can look at my careers.utrgv.edu. There's many departments that you can work as a graduate assistant that you don't specifically have to belong to the program. There's only a few. The engineering, they do require, but for example, I personally, when I was going through my master's here at UTRGV, I was getting my master's in clinical mental health counseling, and I worked for the marketing department. So you can definitely it's a way for you to look into other departments if that's where you're looking and you want to get assistantships. And if they're not available within that specific department, then check which other departments do have options, and they're very flexible and work with your schedule. And then the additional 8 options would be external scholarships, veteran benefits, or employee benefits. If your employer wants to help you pay for your master's, we definitely encourage you to contact HR or let them know, hey, I want to get my master's. What can you help me to pay for it? So right now we have the UTRGV Graduate Select Scholarship. This is a competitive scholarship. It is available every year. You can get up to $1,000, so it would be $500 per semester. You do need to submit an application. That's how you select utrgv.edu/select scholarship. It is only a first time, so if this is your first time getting a master's, definitely take advantage of this scholarship. You can only apply to it once as well, so if you're already on your second year and you didn't apply the first time, you're no longer eligible. So if this is your first time going into your first semester, I encourage you to apply. And then right now we have our $1,000 grad bonus. So the application is coming up for spring module 1. The application deadline is going to be December 28th to start in the spring. And in order to get the $1,000, you don't need to submit an application. It's not even GPA. You just have to be enrolled in a minimum of 6 credit hours. So what you can do is it'll take a combination. So if you do one class, module 1, and then another class, module 2, because it was a combination of those 6 credit hours, they will go ahead and grant you the $1,000. So this one just has to do with how many courses you are enrolled. And like I said, it's $1,000, goes right to your tuition. And if you're looking, this roughly that $1,000 covers almost a great part of just one class, considering that one class you're looking about $1,400. So if you get $1,000, you're only going to pay for that remaining. So if you have any other questions, you start an application, or you want to know the status of your application, or receive transcripts, have the people that recommended submitted letters, excuse me, then you can definitely contact one of us, or if you want to make a one-on-one appointment, we do phone appointments, video appointments, or in-person appointments. Angelina Huitron is in the Brownsville campus. Myself and Samuel Aparicio, we're here in the Edinburgh campus, and we're here to serve you in any way that we can. Those are our emails. You can reach out to us. And if you have any questions, you can always contact Dr. John Luttermilk. He's here if you have, I do see we have some questions, but if you just want to, further have any more questions and you want to reach out to him, that is his email. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Thank you, Doctor, for taking the time to join us here at our webinar and answer some questions. I don't know if anybody wants to take a picture. This is our contact information. Like I said, you will receive the recording of the session. So I wish everybody a good day. Thank you very much for joining us.
Everyone, have a good night.
Thank you.